The mouth is the start of the digestive system. Food enters here and starts to break down with mechanical digestion by the teeth. Salivary glands is the start of chemical digestion. Salivary amylase helps break down carbohydrates. The tongue pushes the bolus down the esophagus to the esophageal sphincter, which leads to the stomach. Peristalsis is muscle contractions that move things through your digestive tract. The cardiac sphincter is a valve between the esophagus and the stomach. The stomach is lined with mucus and produces gastric juice, and this is where protein digestion starts. HCl activates pepsinogen in your stomach into pepsin to break down protein. Pepsinogen forms into pepsin, and pepsin breaks down the proteins. Gastrin is a peptide hormone that increases HCl and gastric motility. Chyme exits the stomach through the pyloric sphincter. The liver produces bile, and bile helps absorb fats in the small intestine. The gallbladder stores bile until it's needed, and the pancreas produces insulin and sodium bicarbonate. The common bile duct carries bile from the gallbladder to the small intestine. Sodium bicarbonate neutralizes stomach acid so that it doesn't harm the small intestine cells. Villi found in the small intestine are small and hair-like and are covered in microvilli for maximum surface absorption. Villi cause the small intestine to have texture of velvet. Lipase is an enzyme for lipids. It is also released from the pancreas, and nuclease is an enzyme for nucleic acid. Trypsin is the number 2 enzyme for proteins. It is released from the pancreas as well. Maltase is located in the small intestine, and it breaks down maltose. Secretin is secreted by S cells in the small intestine. When chyme passes through the duodenum, secretin is released. Secretin stimulates secretion of pancreatic juice and bile. It also enhances effects of CCK. It also inhibits production of HCl in the stomach and increases rate of bile secretion. CCK is released when chyme-rich in amino acid, triglycerides, and fatty acids enter the small intestine. GIP is induced insulin secretion, stimulates when glucose enters the duodenum. Pepsidase is secreted in the jejunum, last enzyme that breaks down the bolus down. Absorption of monomers takes place in the small intestine. Pancreatic juices are released to make acids and have a pH of 8. The duodenum is the first section of the small intestine where most chemical digestion takes place. The jejunum is the second section of the small intestine. The lining of the jejunum is specialized for absorption. The ileum, final section of the small intestine, to absorb whatever products weren't by the jejunum. The large intestine is where water absorption happens and also compacts feces. The appendix is where bacteria reserves, house backup of E. coli to recolonize the large intestine if needed. The rectum stores feces, and the anus controls expulsion of feces.